Once upon a time, in a small town nestled in the countryside, there lived a young woman named Sarah. Sarah had always been a hopeless romantic, dreaming of the perfect love story to sweep her off her feet. She had almost given up hope when she met Jack, a charming and handsome man who had just moved to town. Jack and Sarah met at the local coffee shop, where they both loved to spend their mornings. They struck up a conversation over their mutual love of books, and Sarah found herself quickly falling for Jack's easy smile and sparkling blue eyes. They exchanged phone numbers and began to see each other more frequently, going on walks through the nearby fields and having picnics in the park. As they got to know each other better, Sarah discovered that Jack had a deep passion for painting. He spent every spare moment creating stunning landscapes and portraits, and Sarah was in awe of his talent. Jack, in turn, was amazed by Sarah's kind heart and quick wit. They were the perfect match, and soon they were inseparable. One day, Jack surprised Sarah by taking her on a hot air balloon ride over the rolling hills of the countryside. As they floated above the treetops, Sarah felt like she was living in a fairy tale. Jack took her hand and looked deeply into her eyes. "Sarah, I know we haven't been together for very long, but I feel like I've known you my whole life," he said. "I want to spend the rest of my days with you. Will you marry me?" Tears streamed down Sarah's face as she nodded her head. "Yes, Jack, I will marry you." The wedding was a beautiful affair, with the sun shining down on the happy couple as they exchanged their vows in the middle of a wildflower field. Jack's paintings decorated the reception hall, and the guests danced the night away under twinkling fairy lights. After the wedding, Jack and Sarah moved into a small cottage on the outskirts of town. They spent their days exploring the countryside and pursuing their passions. Jack continued to paint, and Sarah began to write a novel based on their love story. Years went by, and their love only grew stronger. They traveled the world together, experiencing new cultures and making memories that would last a lifetime. They had children, who grew up to be kind and compassionate individuals just like their parents. And through it all, Jack and Sarah never forgot the magic that brought them together in the first place. On their 50th wedding anniversary, Jack surprised Sarah with a painting he had been working on in secret for months. It was a portrait of the two of them, holding hands and smiling at each other, surrounded by the rolling hills and wildflowers of their beloved countryside. Sarah couldn't help but cry as she hugged Jack tightly. "I love you more than anything in this world," she whispered. "I love you too, my darling," Jack replied. "And I always will." As they sat together, watching the sunset over the fields they had come to call home, Sarah knew that theirs was a love story that would stand the test of time. And she was grateful every day for the chance encounter that brought them together, and for the love that had blossomed between them.